What's up, y'all? It's Celeste. I'm still sick. I'm actually making this video like 2 seconds after the last video that I made, even though I'm going to post it a little bit later. But yeah, so sorry for my voice. But I wanted to talk a little bit about just kind of what I've been thinking about as far as like changing my name and gender marker. I haven't decided if I'm going to do either one of those yet, but basically my thinking is that I'm usually read as male by the general public. People that don't know me usually think that I'm a cis male. Um, so when I go somewhere and have to show my ID, it's always a little weird because they look at me and they're like I've never had any problems with it, but it's just always a little awkward. Um, so things like traveling and stuff like that, it's always a little bit weird, and voting. Um, so I have never really wanted to change my gender marker to male because I'm not male. I don't feel any more male than I feel female. I don't feel either one. So even though I'm somewhat okay with being read as male, I don't actually love it, but it's better than being read as female just because it at least like makes me feel like I'm not being, I don't know, just because I went so long being read as female and um, it gave me dysphoria, and even though I'm not male either, it just like it's at least different. So I don't know, that's a little bit wearing off at this point, but ideally I would like to just not be gendered by anybody, but since that's not going to happen, I'm more okay with being read as male, I guess. Anyway, that being said, I am not male and I don't really want my legal gender to be male, but then again, I'm also not female, so either way it's going to be wrong, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. But it's just like a lot of hassle and you have to pay a lot of money and do all this stuff to get it changed. So I've never really been super motivated to do it before, but now it's becoming more of like a safety issue where if I go somewhere and like there's any question about it, it seems like it would be safer to have ID that shows that I'm male. However, if I do that and my name is still Celeste, I feel like that's going to be still bringing up a lot of questions and just making people do a double take, or like, I don't know. I I hate that I even have to think about this, that I have to like make decisions about my life and my expression and things like that based on how other people will take it and how that affects my safety. But that's the reality that we unfortunately live in right now. And so I don't really want to change my name. I like the name Celeste, but pretty much in English, at least, it is pretty invariably read as a female name. There are some other languages where it's somewhat more common to be male, although I think it still skews female in most of them. But pretty much most people think of Celeste as not only a female name, but like an especially feminine name. I don't think of it that way because it's my name, and it just like it's uncommon enough that it's just always been my name. It's not like a name that I know, like I've met other Celestes every once in a while, but it's a name that I mostly just associate with myself. But I definitely have experienced in the last few years a lot of people, again, I've never had like a problem exactly, but like if I'm in a doctor's office and in the waiting room and they call Celeste and I stand up, I definitely notice other people in the waiting room like look over at me like they're kind of like, oh, okay. That's happened a lot. And a lot of times when people, like if I go to the doctor or something and they will usually ask if I have a preferred name, because I'll put that I'm trans on my medical stuff, and they'll ask if I have a preferred name, and I'll just say Celeste, and they always are like, oh, okay, like like they're surprised, but also like they're like, okay, if that's what you want to do, like that kind of tone to it, I guess. Not always, but sometimes. So it's just always like a little bit awkward. But I like the name Celeste. I like the imagery that it has. I'm really into stars and the sky and like, I don't know, all that stuff. Celestial stuff. I like that aesthetic. So I don't really want to give that up. But I also just want to make things easier for myself. But there's not any other name that I feel like. I mean, there are other names that I like, but they're names that I like if I were like naming a character. It's not the same as like, does it feel like me? I don't know. I mean, I guess most people will probably go through this where they like don't really feel like it's them until like they have to kind of get used to it. And that's why I know several trans people who have like changed their name multiple times. Um, you have to just like try it out, I guess, and see. But um, I don't know. So then I was thinking, like, I definitely don't like my middle name, which is Marie. Um, I've never liked that. And so I was thinking about maybe just changing my middle name to something more neutral or even masculine. Or then I was thinking about changing my first name to something neutral or masculine and then keeping Celeste as my middle name and then just like continuing to go by Celeste for people that like know me as that and just like being fine with that. I don't know. It's very complicated. But then the other thing is I kind of don't really want my initials to change because I've been used to them for my whole life. And I don't know. I wish that there were like an easier fix. Like for some people, there's like a very obvious, like small shift that they can do with their name to make it more neutral or masculine, or they can just like pick another name that's the same letter. And I haven't really come up with any other names that I really like that start with C. I don't know. Like, I mean, there are names that I like, but not that feel like they would be the name that I would want to go by. And then I would have to, if I did that, and then I wouldn't be able to keep my initials if I used Celeste as my middle name. So I don't know. It's just very complicated. It's just a lot of stuff I've been thinking about. And there's not really a point to this video, like an announcement or anything. It's just kind of like I just wanted to kind of share what I was thinking about and just where my mind has been at as far as this topic is concerned. Um, Again, it's really annoying that I have to be thinking about this, and also that I feel like it's kind of like a pressed timeline because I want to try to get this all taken care of pretty soon because who knows how long I'll be able to do any of these things. Originally, I had wanted to renew my passport, which is expiring this year, and get the gender marker changed to X because that's like the only like document that I have access to that I can get an X on. And I don't really want to do that now because I feel like, first of all, I'm not really sure that that's even going to be continuing to be a thing. Like they'll probably get rid of that, and I don't know if it'll invalidate ones that already exist, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. And then also just like I don't necessarily want to have ID that marks me as trans. That doesn't seem like a great idea right now. And then also like if that's the only thing that I have that is X and then everything else is going to be F or M, then it's kind of like what's the point? Like it'd be better and probably safer to have them all match. So yeah, that's the train of thought that I'm kind of working with right now. And if anybody has any experience with this, like how you went about picking your name or deciding what to do about gender markers or any of that, I'd be happy to, like, I'd find it valuable if you want to share that in the comments below. Or if you just want to, like, I don't know, just share anything about your experience or whatever, I'd be happy to hear that. I'm still trying to figure it all out, and I haven't even really talked to too many people about this yet. It's just been kind of something that I've been thinking about. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this topic. Just wanted to make a little video about that, and hopefully I will get to some of the other videos soon. Probably not going to make them right this second because I need to think about like all the different things that I want to cover in them. But and also I asked in the first video if you like had any questions about any of these to put them in the comments, and so it'd be kind of unfair to go ahead and make all the videos before I let you do that. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.